One, don't say anything. That's so I can sync everything up later. You guys don't care about that, but
Nope.
it happened.
Oh, I thought you were clapping.
Oh, we're back to this.
I love the applause. Thank you.
We literally started one of the episodes like this before.
It's all about the applause,
Can't help it.
applause, applause.
Yep.
So, welcome back to another episode of Serving You.
Serving you.
Ta-da!
Matt has a new podcast shirt.
I love it.
Oh, yes, I do.
I love flamingos.
Yes.
It's very festive.
Should I say where I got it?
If you want to. Where did you get it?
You gave it to me. You already forgot.
Oh, he's drawing it out of you. This is the art of conversation.
Thank you to the Wallaces and their store that they have on finding this wonderful shirt for us.
Ooh, name drop.
Yeah.
I did a different podcast, the Radically Indifferent podcast, must check out because I've been on there twice. And they also have an online store of clothes, so they
Very
just have
cool.
racks of clothes.
All right.
And I was like, oh, that shirt's cute. I
It
want
is.
it for my man. So
Yeah, I like it. I like flamingos.
Yeah, so I got like a
Very
fourth
cool
hand
art.
shirt.
there was literally a tag on it.
And?
It's practically new. It's new to you.
Amen.
Yes,
That's
it
all
is.
that matters.
Yeah. And it fits.
Oh, look at that. This banter has been fantastic. Let's start the episode. Sorry, I had coffee this morning.
Oh, yeah, I meant to warn you.
Oh,
He's
great.
had coffee.
You're all
So
caffeinated up.
there was the great podcast incident of 2025 where
First of all, it was a great podcast and people have loved it.
afterwards I told him no more coffee
Never
on
again.
days that we're recording
Oh, that's funny.
because he just stepped all over the guest.
The guest did not believe that or see that.
And so this morning we
The
went
guest
and
had a
had
great time.
coffee, so just FYI, just be forewarned.
It almost sounds like a night of cocaine.
It's probably similar for me. Like back
All
when I was at
jacked
the
up.
hotel, when I cracked a Red Bull,
Oh, those are cracking a can.
and my assistant managers would just be like, "Oh no, Jeff has a Red Bull." And let me tell you what, I did a lot of walking those days,
A lot of cleaning.
a lot of quick walking. And then there were some times in a hallway, I'm talking to one of my coworkers, and I'm like, "Am I talking really fast, or are you going really slow? Does it sound really fast
Yep.
to you?" And
Yeah.
they were like, "You need
That's
to
speed.
stop."
Yep. Good old speed. Yeah.
But whatever, good times. You get through how you get through.
Amen.
Yeah.
So first topic today, topic du jour.
What is it?
Matthew,
So this is inspired by a situation that I am currently dealing with.
is this about me?
I'm always dealing with you. Not everything is
I
about
was
you,
just gonna
Jeff.
say it's not always about you.
I mean,
Doesn't
I'm
sound right at
always
all.
dealing with something related to Jeff. Just not. It's not the inspiration for today's topic. But this is a situation I'm currently dealing with, however, in another industry. But I wanted y'all's thoughts
I like this.
on whether you're talking about people, coworkers, or customers who just are not paying attention.
Oh,
You know, like for example, something is going on, no one is really paying attention to the details, which is just gumming up the system that much more downstream. Or you have a table, everyone has had their menus for 15 minutes and they've all looked at them, and you've come back once or twice and, hey, have you had a chance to figure out what you want? And they're like, yeah, we know what we're going to get. And you get to that first person, and that first person is their first day on earth. They've never seen a menu. They've never been outside their house. They don't know how to order. So what are y'all's thoughts on that situation?
it's extremely frustrating.
Yeah,
for me.
I would say way too often want to punch a stranger in the face. Like if you're standing at a counter, right, and you're waiting at the counter for whatever it is, right, something you have to order from the counter, and let's say you're 6 people back, and then the person in front of you gets up there, and then they start looking at the menu that's on the
have all
board
this time.
that has been up there the whole time, and they go, "Oh, I don't know." When they say "I don't know," I literally want to strangle them out because it's like, we've been waiting 10, 15 minutes to get here. What have you been doing with your time?
I agree.
If not just looking at the menu? Those moments I do get bloodlust in my eyes and my heart on dealing with people.
Is that a good or a bad
That's
thing?
deep, dude. You some bloodlust in your heart. Woo. Whoa, Jeff. So
In my
I don't
defense.
go quite that big.
I believe they deserve to die, is what I'm trying to say.
So do you think, though, it's indicative of a lack of consideration, or is it just an unawareness?
I think it's an unawareness, but the unawareness leads to lack of consideration.
Yes.
They don't care about the people behind them. And it's like, my thought is, we've been waiting. I'm going to get my orders. That next person waits a little bit less. But when they're like, oh, I've never been to a delicatessen before, what type of sandwiches do you have?
Yeah.
Do you have bread here?
What's bread?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, God.
No, I know. I've waited on a few people where I want to say, is this the first time you've ever stepped foot out of
Yeah.
your house?
So
Because
I-
I don't understand what we're doing. Like, bread. Yes, what kind of bread do you want? They're like, bread. The fuck is bread? I'm like, I don't know, stuff you put in a toaster?
And then, would you like, how do you want your eggs? Eggs?
Yeah.
And you're
What do
like-
you
And they're
mean?
like, from a chicken?
Yeah, exactly.
And like, no, we only serve ostrich eggs here. You only get one.
Right, no, or fried. They're like, what's the difference? I'm like, oh my God.
There's-
Okay. Well,
Just take eggs how eggs come. Oh, so you've
right. Regular. I want regular eggs and regular toast and regular. You know what regular jelly is? Grape. That's regular jelly.
Oh, that's not that Kentucky jelly we were talking about the
No,
other day? Okay.
no, it's regular jelly is grape. But I do agree. And there's times too when I'll be taking an order and one person's not ready and they'll go, come back. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because, you know, I'm not staging 4 different things right now and I have time to stop what I'm doing later to come back and get your order. Sure, no problem.
I think that's inside the industry talk for you. Here's a quick tip. I'm going to do those from now. Here's a Jeff tip.
like that.
I'm creating my own segments. Coffee.
It's not coffee.
I don't think sometimes customers understand that, like, you've gotten yourself into a rhythm as a server, bartender, etc. So, like, you've allocated a certain amount of time in your rhythm. If I get their order now, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And you've based this on giving them time prior. Maybe they've already asked you to come back once. And so, and it's, listen, if they're not ready, they're not ready. And that is, you know, we've talked about this before. If you're dining out, your experience is going to be your experience.
Right.
If you want to make a meal out of it, quite literally and figuratively,
Right.
I get it. But be cognizant maybe of that, like, you're in the rhythm of something. And basically, it's like when you've come back around to that table to fit them into this rhythm that you're working, and then that one person is like, oh, I'm not, or they take way too long or something. It's like they're stepping on your toes while dancing, right?
Well, yeah, and they just need to be honest. It's okay if you're not ready.
Yeah.
If everyone's not ready, that's cool. I'll come back. I don't mind. But don't say I'm ready, and then I'm standing there, and they're like,
Well,
I'm like, you weren't ready. You failed the fucking test right now.
well, I don't know.
Dude.
Well, I'll even give them the benefit of the doubt.
Never.
You know, that's not my don't do a whole lot. But I will give the general public the benefit of the doubt and say that, yes, it's inconsiderate, but I think it is inconsideration that's based in being naive to the situation.
For sure.
They don't understand that there is a dance happening downstream. They don't get that you have a rhythm and you have a routine and, you know, things should follow. I'll give them that much.
And that's why we now have a Jeff tip.
Okay.
Like the whole point.
But what about, you know, and we've talked about teamwork on here before, but what about members of your team that don't seem to, they know the routine, they know what the dance is like, they know that if you gum up the system, it takes a long time for that system to self-regulate again.
Okay.
So when you have coworkers that are the ones gumming up the system,
Bloodlust in my heart.
all right, you need to get over the
And here's,
I am still quite confused as to whether that is good or bad.
it
So,
depends on the context.
okay.
You're like, you
And
hear
then-
lust.
Yeah,
Lust sounds
exactly.
good.
I think it depends on the context, and I think the bloodlust is triggered by a fellow employee if they're doing it because they're not aware. Because there's a different perspective from everybody's role in the restaurant. So if, like, my cook something happens and I take the perspective of, oh, he's fucking, or he's gumming up because he's not paying attention or being aware or doing his job. And maybe it's just out of his ability, or he had 4 things going on that I wasn't aware of, and that's why my cheese grits didn't get put up in the window in freaking time. It's not rocket science. And I say that to them, like, how hard is it to get me a fucking biscuit, guy? I mean, come on. But
I don't know. I was triggered when you said that the cheese grits were not ready.
and that happens all the time. It's these little things, and that's the perspective I'll take too. Is like, why are you effing up the flow, dude? Like, come on, it's on the ticket. Put everything together. Do your job well. I think that doesn't give me bloodlust if they're trying, which, you know, just like the teamwork. If you have a coworker though that's not paying attention and is grabbing stuff out of the window and her whole ticket's not up, or that's not even your food and you've now run it to the wrong table and now my people aren't eating and he has to make it again because you're on your phone or you're doing fucking God knows what, then I have bloodlust. Yeah.
I also find the inconsiderate of when you're in that dance and when other servers don't recognize you're in the weeds. And I'm not saying that they need to help get you out of the weeds, but as you're going through it and you're working your way through it, if they're just like telling you a story and it's like, okay, boo, I don't have time for this right now.
Yeah.
I have shit I'm doing. Like, we are at different places in our rhythm of the day right now.
But that's just an evolved human being who can be aware and cognizant of that. And where the hell do you find those people? I don't work with them. I don't shop with them.
They're everywhere.
The incognizant or the actual aware ones?
Oh, no.
Because, God blessed.
So how is this affecting you, Matt? Since you brought it up.
Yes, this is your topic,
Oh, that's
sir.
a very long story.
I asked naively and not knowing.
And it has nothing to do with restaurants. It has nothing to do with hospitality. But yeah, it's a situation that. So funny enough, this is how all this came about. So funny enough, this morning on the way to breakfast, I was saying, yeah, I've got an idea of what to talk about today, but it's not. It was an okay idea. And then I'm dealing with this thing over here, and I'm like, there's no way I can bring that into serving you because it doesn't really have anything. Oh, wait, it's about inconsiderate people, not. Oh, I bet I can somehow bring it in.
Right.
And yeah, and this is a situation that I've been dealing with for a couple of months now. And it all boils down to, I've shared information 3 times now. And this is not a complicated situation. It's actually a very straightforward.
This isn't rocket science.
It's not rocket science. And so as of last week, I had shared the information 3 times. And the other people that are involved, they are not paying attention to what I'm saying. Because in their mind, they've already made up their mind what the situation is. And no amount of explaining at this point has helped them get past it. And so a week ago, I threw my hands up in the air and
Yeah,
I'm
I'd be
like,
done
all
too.
right, I'm done with it.
I'd be done
And
with
so the resulting emails after that I've just filed them away, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
And it
no.
reared its ugly head again this morning, and I had brought additional, and I am not, keeping with the theme, I am not a fan of bringing more cooks into the kitchen, but I had brought an additional person into the situation, one that could very easily and very quickly solve it. So that person responded this morning, and it was completely evident that they had not went back to look and see what the situation was, because that person basically said, I can't think of a way to share what they said without it. It would have to make sense, but with more context. But that person basically like, yes, we're involved in this situation. And then that was it.
Oh, and they didn't kind of
Yeah.
I think
support you.
I
in
think,
what you'd already laid down.
contextually, your issue is with people. You're a part of an email chain that's with the story is in the emails. If you just take a second to read the emails, and I think in restaurants we're going to bring it around. It's like you were talking about people taking food from the window and it's not all ready yet, or when you. I think if you were to kind of parlay that and bring that into the restaurant situation and in any situation. The important thing is take the extra 2 seconds to get a full grasp of what's happening before you decide I'm going to do this to help or not help type thing. And And that's all somebody in your situation needs to do is like, just take a moment to do a quick scroll back and what exactly am I into right now, or have I missed, and then you can weigh in, as opposed to, here's an email, I need to weigh in right away. Or in a restaurant, it's like, oh, well, food's up, I should start taking it right away. Well, hold on. Let's look at the ticket. Let's look at what table it is. Let's look at everything that's happening, and just take that. All it is like, and honestly, what is it, 5-10 seconds in reality?
It's about being aware and mindful.
It's 10 seconds of getting the bigger picture, and then that leads to, I would say 90% of the time, making the right choice.
Oh yeah, I would say 95% of it.
Yeah, and all that is, and really the wrong choices get made when you're working on half the picture, right?
Yes.
And working on assumptions, and
Yes.
working on, I'm pretty sure they're talking about or dealing with this, I'm going to make my decision based on that, as opposed to like, or, here's an idea, just get the full story.
Yeah, because regardless of the situation, if you're making an informed decision about a situation, especially when it involves other people, if you have made sure to inform yourself, you are not only saving yourself time, but you are saving time for everyone else. Because I'm not being sarcastic when I say that this is a situation that has been going on for a couple of months now.
Whoa.
And I thought for that,
Whoa.
the very first time I explained very succinctly what was happening and not happening, I'm like, oh, okay, this will be fixed very quickly. It was, and what really pisses me off is it's a situation that someone else created. But I'm like, okay, because I was involved, I have firsthand information. If I share this firsthand information, it will be resolved very quickly. But that was also predicated on the fact that the other people involved would take that moment and inform themselves and like, oh, here are the facts. So the idea that I had in my head wasn't exactly accurate. Here are the facts. Oh, this makes sense.
And in a utopian world, that would
Oh, yeah.
always work.
Yeah, because, and I don't remember where I first heard this, but this was years ago. I was still working in public health, so this was at least 20-ish years ago. Someone, either I had the idea or I read somewhere or heard at a conference or something, basically this principle of the fewer times you touch something, the better you are.
Yeah.
You know,
I think I've heard that
so
before.
like if you're,
I've heard that if you shake it more than 3 times.
that's a
playing
difference.
with it.
That's a difference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, so if you're dealing with something, deal with it.
Right.
Don't deal with it, and then don't half-ass deal with it and leave another part to resolve later. You know, just like if I'm washing dishes, wash them all. Why would you wash some now and some tomorrow and some? No, just do it all.
Because
And
don't you think that's laziness in a way too? Not
Oh.
only with chores, but with professionalism as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back and read all those freaking emails.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just want the answer to fall in my lap.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we, like a while ago, we talked about, I brought up that back at the hotel, like if a guest asked for something.
Right. And you were the one that did it.
Is if they ask you,
You have to follow
just take care of it.
Yeah.
Because again, the least amount of touches on that guest relation is going to lead to the best result. Like you're kind of saying, the least amount of
Yeah,
times
with
it's
every
touched, the better
experience.
result. So on something, that goes back to that. It was like, just take care of it.
You know, and I remember I shared that with someone. I don't remember the context of the situation, but I just shared. When I touch something, I try to be done with it and not have to revisit the situation again. And I remember when I shared that little nugget of information with her, it was like groundbreaking information. Oh my God, it rocked her world. And I'm like, not that I think I'm some great, philosopher or I'm some oracle that has all the answers, but I'm like,
You're throwing out some big words for yourself.
okay.
Yeah, I like that.
But I don't know. To me, that just makes sense. Maybe I don't think the way other people do about things.
Well, except in intimacy. That is the one area where you should touch as much as you can.
Well,
Everything else, touch the less, the better it is.
That depends
but
on the situation.
Not during sex. Well, why are we with somebody in that situation?
Well, that's a very situation
Don't want-
specific example.
I know,
There
I'm
might
just
be
saying.
times where you have more time than others,
Maybe.
or you just don't want to be bothered
But
at
less
that
is not
specific
better.
moment. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of touching as much as possible, but I'm not going to go the extra mile and say every time.
Well, and professionally though, it is the less is better
Yeah.
because you inevitably fuck it up.
And you know what RuPaul says?
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
Really?
Everybody loves puppets.
I thought it was something.
And everyone loves puppets.
She really
Yeah.
says that? Everyone loves puppets?
No, she does say,
Oh.
don't fuck it up.
Okay, so let's put a bow on this for the industry. Why don't you recap the question? I feel like I've already forgotten what the actual question was, if I'm going to be
Yeah.
fully honest.
Oh, so he's going to throw it back on me. Okay.
And then let's give our 2 cents and we can finish up this episode.
Okay.
So the original topic was, what do you do with people who aren't paying attention? Whether
Yes.
it's your customer or whether it's a coworker.
Right.
And so my 2 cent pretty bow on it is pay attention. It helps you and it helps.
That's real.
It helps everybody.
Just fucking try.
Yeah, and you don't even have to wholeheartedly
try.
pay attention. Pay attention enough to make an informed decision and understand what's going on.
I like that.
Because not only does it help you, but it helps everyone else.
Yes, the whole system.
Yeah.
I think you're right, and the being aware type thing. Because,
Right.
again, I think in the restaurant setting, if you're the customer and you're not ready, being aware that you're not ready
Yeah.
and just saying, you know what, I need a couple more minutes, I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
that's fine, and that lets us back into our rhythm in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And the person in line who has spent 10 minutes not looking at the menu above the register before you get there,
God knows what they were doing.
in the being aware
Right.
and paying attention, just be like, you know what, I'm not ready. Why don't you go ahead of me while I figure it out? That awareness,
That
you
would
don't
be so
have to be
considerate.
ready every time. We're not saying you have to be ready.
No.
We're saying be aware.
Yes.
Well, I like the way
Amen.
Melissa put it a few minutes ago. She said aware, but she also used the term mindful.
Yes. Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I actually took a whole course on being mindful. It's not something we're born with. And I
it's
think
not.
our society breeds such a fast pace, 2 seconds you look at stuff, you're scrolling, you're this. People are not
Yeah,
mindful.
I mean, I could talk for an hour about how we've all been conditioned to not pay
Yeah.
attention. But yeah, I think
are.
that definitely feeds into
All right.
Mindful is key.
yeah.
Be
There's
mindful.
your
There
pretty
we go.
bow. Mindfulness. Ta-da!
And that's
I had caffeine too.
that's
Sorry.
your episode of Serving You.
Yay!
I thought we were going to say serving mindfulness. I'm mindful.
It's the theme.
You want to out to the camera right there?
I thought you came out.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Oh, word!
Love, peace, and mindfulness.
That doesn't rhyme, Jeffrey.